So it all started with a very curious Facebook post in a Facebook Crested Gecko group by someone named Jan Fischer, who said, "My new addition to breed. Male Dragon. I'm curious how this hypermelanistic gene will behave in morphs and lines." Very interesting because, as far as I'm aware and what I've seen the way people are talking about this, there has never been a hypermelanistic crested gecko ever before. So we click through these pictures and we see an all black crested gecko. Looks somewhat normal. And if you're just stumbling onto this post now, you see 429 comments, and admin turned off commenting for this post, and just a ton of skepticism about this gecko. And is it real? It kind of looks off. It looks painted. Can you make a video? Do this, do that. We need to see parents, lineage, that. Everyone went crazy about this post, and this post spread like wildfire. These pictures are everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. Is this a hypermelanistic crested gecko? Is this paint? Was it painted? Is it fake? What is going on? And I'll be honest, I don't have the answers to this. And these pictures up to this one look plausible. It's like, okay, this does kind of look a little weird here on its back. It looks like it might be some paint that got, bunched up and didn't settle right. It was on there too thick. I don't know. But then you get to this and you're like, this looks a little weird, right? You compare it to a normal crested gecko. These things have a very soft looking, matte looking finish on them, even in pictures where you see light reflect off of them, and it doesn't look quite like this. It's not shiny. It's not really reflecting the same way, where this kind of looks like there's something on the skin, even here, where it looks like there's something kind of on the skin of this animal making it reflect. Kind of gives me acrylic paint vibes. I'm reserving all judgment. I'm not going to try and say one way or another, but that's just how I kind of felt when I first looked at it. Even when you look at like this picture here of this 3D printed or crested gecko toy that's been painted, or however this has been finished, it kind of has a similar resemblance, right? Like if I can pull up just this picture and then we go to this, look at the face on this and how it reflects the light. It's just kind of similar, So it was a little bit weird. And I was even skeptical myself with this. And, you look at a acrylic painted 3D model and it kind of has a similar reflective property to the way this gecko appears in pictures. And there was a very short video, I think it might be in the comments on the Tiki's Geckos post, that also went crazy. Over 1,000 likes, 278 comments. I think there might have been a video in here. Either way, there was a very short, so this is a video that was slowed down after the fact because this is all we got when it was posted. This was posted November 25th. Today's November 27th. So there's still limited information, but there is an updated video that we've seen. But this is all that there was. And even this had people being skeptical on it. Like, oh, do I see paint rubbed off here? What's going on? And so at this point, I would say even now, still don't know for sure. Then David posted the pictures on his Instagram too, and I feel like for whatever reason, the pictures show up better on Instagram. So you can see some people are questioning like this mouth area. Is this paint that was like overlapped into the mouth? And you can see the edge lines there. Right here, I mean, it looks like it could be a real animal. Do we know? I don't know. But then there's also, I think this is a hypermelanistic monitor. So here's a video of that, and you look at this and the way the light reflects off of that, like, yeah, it's more dull. I don't know if there'd be a reason for that, for it being dull, being a bigger animal or what, but you see that and you're like, okay, I can see reasons why it could be more believed that it's fake or more believed that it's real after seeing that. There's other things people are questioning, like the spurs on this one. Normally these spurs on a gecko, let's find a male gecko here. Normally they're this this yellow or white color on a gecko. But in this one, they're black. Let me try and find a better example here. Right here. Perfect example. They're like yellow or white, but here they're just straight up black and almost look like they've been painted over. But my thing with this is that it'd be very difficult to paint an animal like this and have all of the scales have paint go underneath of them and all in those cracks and crevices to where it's just all painted flat like that. But then that's the other thing, is it's all one solid color. And we look at these geckos and they're very rarely just a solid color that's just single covering the entire gecko in the exact same shade with almost no variance whatsoever. So it brings questions. And this is the point where we get to this video that was just posted less than an hour ago on Tiki's Geckos. I have no idea where he found it at, or if it was posted somewhere else in another group or what. But there's a new video of this animal. And we can see here it's walking on this guy's hand in a sink, it looks like. And so there was a lot of people who were saying, oh, just make a video with a wet paper towel and wipe the animal a little bit. And I think if this person wanted to definitively prove 100% shut everyone up, it'd be pretty easy to do it. You could spray it with a spray bottle, make it totally damp and water droplets on it, like whenever you're misting your geckos at night, and then dab it with Q-tip or wet paper towel or something that would just prove that it's real. Lineage, find out where he got it from or anything like that. But there's a certain level of that that's also understandable, because if this is a totally new thing that no one's ever seen before, then it'd be understandable why someone would want to keep it a bit of a secret and not have everything out there all at once. And if that was the case, probably shouldn't have posted in a public Facebook group with the pictures. So who knows at this point? I have seen people who are like, where's pictures of it as a baby, as a juvenile, as a subadult, anything up to this point of it being an adult? And you would definitely think that pictures like that would exist. So where are they at? I don't know. It's an interesting conversation, and I thought I'd bring it to everyone's attention who haven't seen it yet, and whoever might see this video, because I searched it on YouTube and hadn't seen anyone post about it yet. But with that being said, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of skepticism. I'm not saying one way or the other definitively, because I'm not a full expert on genetics or anything like that, and I'm not going to pretend to be. And I feel like we've seen stuff that has existed as a one-off before. Patient Zero, for example, is, yeah, there's other geckos that have a similar like spotting on them in areas to Patient Zero, but Patient Zero is completely covered and still never proved out to be anything different. Even right there, like it bunches up interestingly, like there's resistance on the skin from it just folding in a more natural way. It seems off, but I would love to see juvenile baby pictures, find out any kind of information that could definitively make this undeniable and keep the privacy if it's a totally new thing and somebody wants to prove it out, and maybe do a similar thing to what Brian did with the Axanthic in approaching a project like this that would be the best way possible. But regardless, this is what we have so far. If there's updates on it and you want me to make another follow-up video, I definitely can do that. These are the types of videos that I sometimes make on my BMX YouTube channel, just talking about new stuff and things as they're happening, because it's fun and have the ability to do so. So with that being said, what do you think about this supposed hypermelanistic crested gecko? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake? Do you have experience painting acrylic or painting things to know that potentially it's fake? Or do you have experience in the reptile world that let you know and you see different things here that would tell you that it is real? And another thing to throw in here too is that we have already seen genetics that affect the scales of these geckos and their appearance. I mean, look at the the way that these scales look on lily whites, for example. We see that those are affected, and there's other things like that out there, the soft scale, and there's just other ways that these geckos are affected in ways that we don't see every day. So it's natural to see something completely different and be blindsided by it in a way that's like, no way, that's totally not real. Everything about it looks fake, but then it's possible that it ends up not being fake in the end. But with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this video for what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's something, and hopefully you enjoyed it enough that you'll stick around on my channel and take a look at my journey coming back into the crested gecko world and starting breeding again. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Don't be too hard on this person unless we find out that is 100% fake. This is a painted gecko. At that point, all bets are off and the pitchforks and lanterns come out. So on that note, until then, be as nice as you can, but still be skeptical until we have definitive proof. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.